Hey, what's up guys? It's Art Book Addiction here, and we're here with a new artist journey video. So today, we're going to be talking about change, okay? The inevitable, okay? The unceasing, right? So if you guys saw my previous video, right, you'll know that basically I got some really bad medical news, right? And as a result, I've decided to move to Osaka, right, in Japan, right? And this video is gonna be okay. So the previous video was more of like explaining the situation, talking about like what I have, the exact details of what's going on with me and with the channel, right? And this video is going to be more of like my thoughts and feelings on the situation. And now that I've been like a couple weeks from the news, I've had time to reflect on it, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. And yeah, so that's what the video is going to be about, right? Before we start the video, please hit that like, hit the subscribe, check out my Prince of Patreon. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member and join the Discord. With that, let's get into it. Okay, so for those of you who are not in the know, right, I have hypermobility spectrum disorder, right? My hands are not like they are in constant pain, okay, right? And basically, and this is that's fine. I've been dealing with that for years, right? I was told 2 weeks ago that it's gonna get worse, okay? And the limited mobility that I do have right now will disappear in my 30s, okay? And I don't think it's going to be looking good, okay? Basically, I might be crippled by the time, I hit my mid-30s, right? I'm currently 28, right? And so my time is severely limited now, right? Hopefully, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe there'll be things that could mitigate, you know what I mean, right? But the doctor said that like this is inevitable, this is gonna happen. And when I found out, like my life just instantly like changed, within a couple hours. Like everything I thought about changed, right? My priorities changed, what I care about changed. All the little worries I had suddenly seems so like unimportant, even like the bigger worries, some of them like oh, I need to get like, is my work gonna get in a gallery, is this gonna happen, right? And of course, I still want to continue the dream, right? I'm still gonna do art, I'm still gonna do all that stuff, right? I'm gonna paint till I die, okay, right? If I'll paint with my teeth if I have to, if I'm just like frozen and like locked in place with my feet and my hands, I'm going to continue to paint, right? It doesn't matter, right? But it did change something in me, right? It did create something different, okay? And it made me have like a real moment of clarity, okay? Like things never seem so clear as when you are told something horrible is going to happen to you and you can't do anything about it, right? And it made me decide that like I need to live my life, okay? I need to do the things that I want to do right now, okay? Because the clock is ticking, guys. The clock is ticking, and in a way, I'm luckier than a lot of people, right? Some people, they just, they just die, Some people, they get an illness and then they die within a couple months, if not a couple weeks, right? And I'm not gonna die, right? But I'll just be, horribly, like disabled, right? Essentially, right? And, it's made me reflect on the past 5 years, right? The past couple years with you guys, my journey here, staying at home, painting and just painting and just painting and just painting, right? And like it's funny because like I know that like a lot of my family probably thinks that I wasted all this time doing this, right? But like for me, it's more of a confirmation that I spent my time as exactly how I wanted to, okay? As wisely as I thought I could, okay? Which is to paint as much as I can, because I always thought that my time painting was limited, right? That like ever since like I got my hand issues like 5 or 6 years ago, right? I decided that all my hands were gonna do were to paint and to keep painting and to produce as much work as I could, uh, and as to the best quality as I can. You know what I mean, right? To become the best artist I can with the time that I have left, right? And so looking back in these past couple of years, I really did that. I really committed to it. It was not easy, right? And I faced a lot of pressure, but you know what? Like it really showed me my level of perseverance, my determination, and the limit, the how far I could go with art, right? In terms of like my skill and my ability, right? And I've pushed past things that I never thought I could, right? But I did. And so, like learning that, right? It's like learning the news that I did. It just basically confirmed, my greatest fears, but also validated the actions that I took the past couple of years, right? And it's good, it's good that like I knew ahead of time. Like I always knew, like there was something in me that always knew, right? And decided to do this and to go on this path and to decide to walk on the artist journey, right? And I want you guys to like, even if I'm not able to continue the journey, like years from now, like if I'm like super crippled, do not take this as a defeat, okay? Right? Do not take this as a reason for you guys to stop your journey, to pause your journey, right? Never do that, okay? Always continue the journey, right? If anything, it should show you like you don't need that much to continue. You know what I mean? Right? Like, even right now I'm disabled, right? My hands are fucked up, right? My knees hurt and shit, but that's separate, right? That's that's just getting old, right? I live with pain daily, right? And still I defy the gods. I defy them. They curse me. They tell me you can't, you don't, like, we won't let you paint. We don't want you to paint. We don't want you to create art, right? And I defy them, okay? I defied them for years, okay? And I will continue to defy them, okay? When I'm in the wheelchair, okay, and I'm like maybe one day I'm gonna be like fucking bone thin, I'm a thick boy, right? I'm a thick boy, I'm a big healthy boy, right? And then like I can imagine myself like years from now, like 20 years from now, like I'm gonna be fucking like an old ass man, like fucking bone thin, okay, with like my hands crippled, okay, and my legs crippled, wheelchair, right? But I will have achieved the body of a master, okay, right? I will have achieved mastery by then. I hope, okay, I hope, and I will continue to chase that until I achieve it, which I will never achieve, okay? Because mastery is not determined by the artist. Mastery is determined by history, by your work, okay? So that's the beauty of it, right? But the thing is that another thing that I want you guys to understand is that change happens, guys. And I know you guys know, I mean, you guys live your life, right? But change can happen without you even like expecting it, okay? Like one day, like maybe like you'll get your Breaking Bad moment, where you're like, you're in the medical office and they're like, hey, you got the ultra cancer, okay, now go cook meth, you know what I mean, right? Except for us, it's gonna be make art, right? Do what you guys need to do now, okay? That is the lesson that I learned from all this, right? You do not have time to waste, okay? We all have a clock, okay? some of us are more aware of it, some of us are less aware of it, okay? But if you are in either camp, okay, become aware, okay, right? And but the thing is, you might not even know, because like the doctor says I'm fine, everything's going good, right? And then some like one day, like you'll get into a horrible like motorcycle accident, right? And you'll be fucking paraplegic, dude, you know? And then suddenly all the things that you thought were so easy and like benign are just suddenly gone. You know what I mean? Thank God that didn't happen to me. I didn't get into a horrible accident or something like that, right? But understand that change is a thing, okay? Change is a force, okay? And a force that you can control a little bit. You could oh, I want to change this, I want to change my diet, I want to change the way I do this, I want to change, and it's like, oh, and you become a bigger change, and it's like that kind of change, that's like within your control. That change is like small beings, okay, in comparison to change, like here's life, fuck you, right? And then you're gonna have to like reel and recover and like reevaluate everything that you are and what you've done. You know what I mean? Right? Like that's the kind of change I'm talking about, right? And that kind of change, it could be devastating. You know what I mean? And frankly, when I found out about what was happening to me, I was devastated. Okay, right? Though maybe like my family or my friends, like maybe I didn't seem like it to them, right? But like to myself, I tend to deal with my emotions like by myself, right? And I was like, I'm still kind of devastated. I'm still kind of like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? I'm still kind of like really hurt by like what's happening, But it's like, it's made me realize that like, I'm living a story, right? You know what I mean? Like when you see a movie and you see someone who's like dealing with like what the hell? Like how could they be dealing with all that stuff, right? Like I realize that like I'm one of those, that I am not, like obviously I'm not just a normal person, right? But like that there is a greater force that is like propelling me and like challenging me and punishing me, right? Hurting me, right? And like, it's like I said, the gods, dude, like the gods will curse you, man. They'll curse you, right? You guys know, right? Like you're artists, dude. You like, for the gift that we get, we also receive a curse, right? And like I'm finding out that like, oh, this thing that I have actually runs in like my dad's side, right? With like an aunt that lives in Vietnam, right? And a cousin that lives in Vietnam that I had no idea. I didn't meet them, right? It's like, oh well, they have something similar and they're not in good condition, right? And I'm like, oh fuck, dude, you know what I mean? And I heard that like some of them basically like they're frozen, they're all stuck, they're all fucked up, right? And like from an early age, so it's it's one of those things, man, right? Hopefully in a couple of years, when this is starting to happen to me, maybe treatment will change. Maybe something in Japan could help me. Maybe the weather will be better. I'm hoping, like, beyond hope, that I could still paint, right? Even if I can't do other things, I still want to be able to paint. I saw some guys who were able to paint with their teeth, right? I know someone left in the comments last time, this guy who was like this Japanese artist who's able to paint with his teeth. And so that kind of gives me hope, right? That kind of gives me hope. So like, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy situation, but that's why I'm moving to Osaka, guys, right? So that's the more exciting part of these. That's the more like uplifting part of the this whole thing, right? Is that I'm also gonna make a big change to do the things that I want to, you know? I'm going to Osaka, and the plan is to live there, right? Obviously, I'm like you know, I want to stay there. I want to stay there long term, right? The weather over there is better for my hands. I don't know what it is. My hands are better over there. I like it over there. The food is better for me, right? I don't have any food issues over there. I can eat dairy, and I love the culture. You know, I want to learn the language. I want to do the whole thing. I want to, you know, fully assimilate, right? Not assimilate in the terms of like, oh, I'm gonna change my personality to fit, you know, the mold or whatever. But I want to live there and, you know, be able to speak the language and make friends there and live my life there. Maybe I can meet someone there. You know what I mean? Someone who could, like, when these things happen, could help take care of me. You know, when I'm in my greatest time of need, right? We're gonna see what happens, right? But I'm very excited to be living in Osaka. I already got the flight. I already got my share house to live in, right? If any of you guys are gonna like visit Japan, if you want to go to Osaka, right, hit me up, guys. Hit me up. We'll hang out. We'll do stuff, right? Depending on, like, you know, my situation at the time, right? If I'm working, because I need to work to get a visa, right? If I'm working, maybe we could plan it out, maybe do things on the weekends, or like do things a little bit later in the day, or you guys could do something during the day, and then like around the nighttime where I'm free, we could go do something, you know what I mean? It all depends on the situation, you know what I mean? But hit me up, you know, just, you could either leave a YouTube comment at some point, or you could, like, message me on like Twitter or something, right? Either way, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, right? But yeah, I'll be moving to Osaka, and like I said, the plan is to, at least for me, have one last hurrah, okay? One last great painting adventure, okay? Right, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna be going around Osaka, Japan in general, with my plein air box, right? And I'm just gonna be plein airing. I'm just gonna be going around painting on location, just painting as much as I can, right? While I still have the mobility, while I'm still able to, you know, stand up and be strong, and you know what I mean, right? Strong, you know what I mean? Just having mobility, you know what I mean, and really enjoying it and spending my time having one last great adventure, right? You know, like I said, possibly the adventure that's gonna last the rest of my lifetime, right? That's what I'm hoping, you know. Who knows? Maybe one day, like, I'll have like a little studio in Japan, right? And I'll be like, you know, I'll still be kind of like messed up, right? But maybe just like enough where I'm still kind of like able to move around and do the things I need to. And, you know, I can have like a little Vice documentary on me, being like, you know, like, this old man is keeping the tradition alive, you know what I mean? And I speak perfect Japanese, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, we hear that you're from California. And I'm like, shit, yeah, I'm from California, you know what I mean? Like, just come like pure like Osakan accent, and then like to like straight up American, you know what I mean? Right? Perfect English, right? So that could be funny, right? Maybe that's a good ending for me, you know what I mean? But I've decided to, like I said, like, I'm gonna change my ending, guys, okay? I'm chasing my good ending, guys, okay? And I think Japan is definitely gonna be a big part of that, right? So, you know, I'm sad, but I'm happy. I'm devastated, but I'm excited, right? It's a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of like, you know, a lot of stuff coming in. But I want you guys to know that, like, I appreciate you guys, right? Thank you for following me all this time. I have some OG fans that have been following me since the beginning, and I just want to shout out to you guys. I really, you know, I believe in you. I'm happy that you guys have followed me. I'm glad that you guys believed in me, right? This whole thing kind of just began as like me just kind of talking to myself, you know what I mean? Kind of like checking in with myself. Sometimes I need to verbalize things for me to really understand how I feel about something, right? And you guys have been there watching me, listening to me. showing me your artwork, being inspired, joining the Discord. You know what I mean? And I'm not like, hey, you know what? I'm not that huge of a channel, right? But I think we've done some crazy. I've done some crazy feats with this channel that a lot of people have not been able to do, right? I acknowledge that it's a niche channel. It's not. It's never gonna be huge. It's never gonna be like, oh my god, you know. But like, it's mine. You know what I mean? And it's been enjoyable. Okay, it's been enjoyable, and hopefully, maybe one day, like it will help out. And I think it already has. Like, help out some artists in need. Some artists who need a little bit of guidance, who need a little bit of like backing up. You know what I mean? Right, a little bit of like someone behind them that says like, hey, I got your back, dude. Fuck all that noise, dude. You know, right? And I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, you know, if you're getting like, art is this, fuck them, dude. Okay. If I've learned, this is for me been the year of fuck it, fuck them, dude. Okay, right? Like, whatever they say doesn't matter. Like, you know, like your thoughts, opinions, actions, movements are what matter, guys. Okay, and they could a little peanut gallery could it's you just gotta block that shit, okay, and do what you guys want to do. All right, like, learn from me, guys. Okay, learn from me. Your time, you don't have as much as you think. Okay, life is too fucking short, guys. Okay, go out there, do what you want to do. If you fail, if you succeed, it doesn't matter. Okay, what you want to do, you gotta do. Okay, you have no time. Okay, the clock is ticking. Okay, it's invisible, but it's there. Okay, so go out there, live your dreams, guys. Okay, chase it. Okay, and in the chasing, you will change. Okay, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Right, I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Please, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, check out my Prince and Patreon if you want to support the channel. Consider becoming a channel member and join that Discord. Okay, and you know, whatever happens, guys, keep drawing. Okay, keep at it, guys. No matter what, you just keep drawing. Okay, even if you're missing your limbs, guys, keep drawing. Okay, because I will. I hope that you guys will too. Thanks a lot.